When Black communities faced economic devastation during the Great Depression, they didn't wait for a rescue. They built their own solutions. Let's talk about the Negro Cooperative Stores Association and the Consumer Cooperative Trading Company, a remarkable example of Black economic resilience. In early 1932, 20 Black families in Gary, Indiana, came together to find a solution to survive the economic collapse caused by the closing of the steel mills. Their annual incomes ranged from $500 to $1,000, and they knew they had to take action. They formed a study group documenting economic conditions in their community and exploring cooperative economics as a way of achieving financial stability. As Jessica Gordon Nembhard captures in her book Collective Courage, Black cooperations have always been a tool of survival and self-determination in the face of economic exclusion. For 18 months, they studied consumer cooperation before launching anything. One of their key members, Jacob L. Reddix, who was a high school teacher, attended a cooperative congress in Cleveland, Ohio. First, they would start a buyer's club to lower grocery costs and improve food quality. With just $24, they launched the buying club, reinvesting in education even as they launched their first cooperative venture. As Collective Courage highlights, study groups were foundational to Black cooperatives, ensuring members not only had access to economic resources, but to the knowledge that would sustain them. In December 1932, they opened their first cooperative grocery and meat market, operating under the Negro Cooperative Stores Association. The study group evolved and turned into an education committee that trained members on the history and management of cooperatives. By 1934, they moved into a larger store called the Consumer Cooperative Trading Company, with 400 members, $35,000 in sales, and 7 full-time employees. As Nembhard's research shows, Black cooperatives such as this offered essential services that mainstream businesses refused to Black communities. This wasn't just about one store. The cooperative developed a 5-year plan to uplift the Black community in Gary. Their vision included a credit union, which they launched ahead of schedule in 1934, a bakery, dairy, and gas station, a farm resort for Black families, a youth-led ice cream and candy store. By 1936, their sales reached 160,000, making them the largest Black-owned grocery business in the U.S. at the time. Unfortunately, as the economy declined even further, the cooperative struggled. By 1938, all of its businesses had closed. But this wasn't a failure, it was a blueprint. As Collective Courage demonstrates, the cooperative's impacts extended even beyond its stores. It demonstrated the power of self-sufficiency, community investment, and economic solidarity during a time when Black people had no access to traditional financial systems. These examples show us what's possible when we come together and invest in our communities. Their vision was more than just survival. It was about controlling our own economic destinies. If you're interested in learning more about Black cooperatives and their history, I recommend reading Dr. Jessica Gordon Nembhard's book, Collective Courage.